Get me the book of John 8:32. The book of John 8, verse 32.
John chapter 8, verse 32. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
You will know the truth, and the truth will make you free. And today we have another truth you must know. And the title of our lesson is the curse of ham deception. How Christianity brainwashed black people into submission. Now, if you first find the channel, we're going to ask you to take a second, just go ahead and subscribe and like the video and share. The Bible says the only way we can be free is when we know what?
Know the truth.
We need to know the truth. Because we are not binded by physical shackles. We are binded by psychological, spiritual shackles in these days. And the only thing that can set us free as a people, it's knowing the truth. Sometimes they don't need a chain to bind somebody. Just like a dog, if you're training him long enough to stay here and put him on chain for long enough, when you release him from the chain, he's not going anywhere. He'll feel content, even he's no longer in the chain. But the truth is, he was not even supposed to be here in the first place. In fact, the dog will feel so happy because the chain is off and forget that he don't belong in a house. He belong in the wild. I remember I met a lady. The lady told me, man, I took care of my baby. I'm like, who's your baby? It's a dog. I'm like, oh, my baby. I'm like, that's not a baby. Okay, let's get this straight. And second, why are you doing all that for a dog, putting clothes on him and doing all that? It's like, well, it makes him happy. I'm like, how do you know it's happy? Are you happy for it, or are you just saying it's happy? How do you know the dog even like to wear clothes? Well, she said, well, he stay in the house. I'm like, because you condition it to stay in the house. Who tell you dog wanted to live in any house? We take the poor animal and put it in a house. We condition him to say, now he stays. Now you think it's happy. How do you know it's really happy? Well, it's the same illustration for our people. The fact that we were broken free from the physical shackles, now we think we are truly free. And we forgot we were taken from the west coast of Africa to a place that's a strange land. We don't even belong here. Let's start in Proverbs 23, verse 7.
Proverbs 23, verse 7.
Go ahead.
For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he.
So is what?
So is he.
So is he. The scripture exposed the invisible chains we carry. We might not see it. Those chains are without shackles, chains forged in thoughts, chains planted by lies, chain handed down from slavery into our very mind. For as the scripture say, as a man think, so is he. So one have to wonder, is it by mistake that black people behave the way they behave? Is it by mistake we cannot make any serious impact in our community? Is it by mistake that our businesses cannot prosper? I would argue not. What happens to us is the way we think. But the way we think was influenced by forces, external forces. It's no mistake the way the black women walk around. It's no mistake the way the black men killing each other. It's no mistake that many of us are in prison. It's not by mistake, it's by design. And until we wake up and realize we've been trapped, except until we realize the way we think was implanted in us to think that way. We are as a car, as one of my brother Moshe used to say. We are as a car that they put on neutral and we press on gas. We ain't going nowhere fast. You see, the way black people behave today, I don't say Israelites, because once you stuck in those way of life, you are black people to me. When you're an Israelite, you no longer behave those ways. You no longer think that way. You're not limited in your mind. But the limitations that has been put in our mind was by design. And one of those design was through the church system. What we have to realize, what we think becomes what we are. What we believe becomes how we live. And what we accept become our reality. Let me say that again. What we think become what? Become what we are. What we believe becomes how we live. And what we accept becomes our reality. But what happens when our thoughts were shaped by diabolical deception, a wicked manipulation, a cruel doctrine, crafted deliberately to break our spirit? What happens when a lie enters your mind and sit there like a seed of poison, rewriting who you think you are? Today, we confront one of the most evil, strategic, and spirit-breaking doctrines ever created in Christianity. And I would tell you, this one is the worst you've ever seen in Christianity. And you might think it's harmless at first. But once you understand the psychological impact and how it impacts us today, how we behave today, you'll realize it was pure evil. Black people were cursed to be slaves because Noah's curse on Ham. This is what they told us in the church. Black people were cursed to be slaves forever because of Noah's curse on Ham. I remember in the church they used to tell me that. They used to teach us that we were permanent slaves because of the curses that Noah put on Ham. My brothers and sisters, this lie was a spiritual assault, a psychological tool designed to leave you mentally enslaved, broken, and docile. Even after the physical chains were gone, today we remain in the spiritual bondage of this very chain. What are we going to do today? We have three things we'll do for that doctrine. We'll expose it, we will dismantle it, and we will set your mind free. Come. Now here's the doctrine that fed us. When I grew up in the Seventh-day Adventist church, one day a grinning pastor, white pastor, came about. And he started teaching. In one of those messages, he sought out to explain why black people are suffering, why we're in the condition that we're in. And one of those few verses he pulled was Genesis 9:25. Let's read it together. Genesis 9, verse 25.
Genesis chapter 9, verse 25.
Go ahead.
And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants, shall he be unto his brethren.
But let's start a little bit higher. Let's start in verse 20. And go down.
Genesis chapter 9, verse 20. And Noah begun to be an husbandman.
Meaning a farmer. Read on.
And he planted a vineyard.
He planted a vineyard. Read on.
And he drank of the wine and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent.
So he was uncovered. Brother drank his wine, you know. Brother go in his tent and lay down. He was uncovered. Read on.
And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brethren without.
So he saw the nakedness of his father. He saw the brothers naked in his tent. He started laughing and pointing. He started to tell everybody, look at that fool out here naked. That's his own father. Read on.
And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both the shoulders and went backward and covered the nakedness of the father. And the faces were backward, and they saw not the father's nakedness.
So the two brothers took that very seriously. He thought they were about to laugh at their own fathers. Just like children today, they'd probably laugh. Right? But the two sons did something different. They took a piece of garment, go backward, and cover their fathers. Read on.
And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him.
So his younger son, who's that younger son, class?
That's Ham.
Who? Who?
That's Ham.
Okay, Ham, right?
Mhm.
And Ham was the father of Canaan. Canaan was the firstborn. Okay?
Yeah.
So Ham did that. Pay attention. Read on.
Mhm.
Verse 25.
Verse 25. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren.
Who did Noah curse?
Canaan.
Ham or Canaan?
Canaan.
He cursed Canaan. Who knows why not Ham but Canaan?
No, no.
Mm-mm.
That's-
You can go ahead and say it.
The reason why, if he cursed Ham, then he would have cursed all of the seeds of Ham.
Exactly.
So it was necessary to curse just the firstborn, not Ham himself.
If
So
he
you have-
cursed Ham, that would be all his sons. And we know all of Ham's sons. So Ham would have been, Ham had 4 sons. Who remember the name of the 4 sons? Cush, Mizraim, which is Egypt, Put, which is Libya, and Canaan, which is the Canaanites. So if Noah cursed Ham, all those 4 would have been cursed. But you see the big lie of the church, they said, and they're so incompetent. How are you reading this? But I mean, maybe incompetence, maybe blatant. Maybe they knew what they were saying. Right? But I think it's both. I think it's both. Incompetence to its finest in being diabolical. I think it's both. But as we can see here, Canaan was cursed, not Ham. Not Ham at all. Right? So as we can understand here, we see the verse said, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. So as we can see, the church used that verse as a weapon against black people to normalize slavery, to make us think it's fine, to make us think that's God's will, that we serve white people for the rest of our lives. Why did they say Ham and not Canaan? Well, your guess is as good as mine. We can only guess that because they wanted to put it on all black people. All black people deserve captivity because they are cursed by God. Although it's right there. Now you see why they didn't want us to read and write in slavery. Because quickly we would have questioned these sort of things, these sort of expiatories and shenanigans. So this is why they did not want us to read and write. And the minute the slaves start reading, they start questioning, and revolution happened. Not Turner, right? So this is the reason why. But many of our people really think it's the Bible that is to blame for that. It's not. You can use any book to do whatever you want with it, as long as you control the narrative. So what they wanted to make us believe is that black people are cursed. Black people are doomed to serve white people. God himself condemned you to bondage. Now, that belief was not just taught, it was forced in our minds, like a dagger turned into a scripture. But the truth is, only Canaan was cursed, not Ham. If Ham was cursed, his sons would have been cursed also. But the Bible again says Canaan only. Yet scholars, starting with the Talmud, the first time that appears in any scholarly writings was in the Talmud by Jewish people, of course, when they start associating blackness with the curse of Ham, which is the curse of Canaan, literally. It was a wicked intention. It was with wicked intentions. Handpicked this story to justify centuries of oppression and cruelty. This wasn't studying the word of the Most High. It was a theology of domination. A doctrine forged in the fire of white supremacy. A weapon, not a truth at all. But in everything, the Most High also prophesied that would happen to us as a people, being prey to this system. Get me the book of Isaiah 18, verse 6 and 7. Put on your note, Isaiah 18, verse 6 and 7. Isaiah 18, verse 6 and 7.
Is Isaiah chapter 18, verse 6 and 7.
Bring it out.
They shall be left together unto the fowls of the mountains.
So the Most High said, the children of Israel will be left together unto the fowls of the mountains. Meaning everybody will want to take a piece of us. Read on.
And to the beasts of the earth.
To the beast of the earth. That's not talking about real beasts. That's talking about nations. We becoming prey to the nations. To becoming prey to their doctrines and their lies. Read on.
And the fowl shall summer upon them.
And the fowl shall what?
Shall summer upon them.
Go ahead, read on.
And all the beasts of the earth shall winter upon them.
There will summer, there will winter. Meaning at every season they'll be taking advantage of us. Like we got Crema coming up.
Yep.
They're ready to take advantage on poor brainwashed Christians. We call it Crema. Right? And they took advantage of us and robbed us during Halloween. Now that you see their stores ready for robbing, for robbery. You know, I don't know how you guys doing at the stores, man. Working in Esau stores. That music. You end up singing it without you knowing. And you got your hashata.
When you say you don't even know what you did.
The scripture tells us that we've become prey of the nations. In summer we are prey. In winter we are prey. In spring we are prey. Read on.
Verse 7. In that time shall the presents be brought unto the Most High of hosts, of a people scattered and pale, and from a people terrible from the beginning, hitherto, a nation meted out and trodden under foot.
Read that again. What? A nation what?
A nation meted out, meted out, and trodden under foot, whose land the weavers have spoiled.
Whose land what?
Whose land the weavers have spoiled, to the place of the name of the Most High of hosts, the Mount Zion.
He said, in that time shall the present be brought unto the Most High of hosts, of a people scattered and peeled. What does that mean, peeled? When you peel some banana, what does that mean?
Naked, become naked.
You make it naked. You stole everything from him. So the people that will be brought back to the Most High is the people scattered and peeled, meaning that stole everything we ever owned.
Your soul and everything.
Take everything off of us. Our identity, our music, our sport, our strength, our work, everything. We've been robbed in every aspect and level. But the Bible says, first, there shall be left together, verse 6, unto the fowls of the mountain, unto the beasts of the earth. And the fowls shall summer upon them, and all the beasts of the earth shall winter upon them. Meaning all nations will be taking advantage of us. And for them to do that, they had to pacify us. They had to make us break down in submission. But the Most High say, nation meted out and trodden underfoot. Aren't we a nation trodden under feet? Every nation, the Chinese come and like, the Arabs come. If there's a nation, if this is not talking about us, I don't know who else it's talking about. Because the Most High said the nation that will come back to him is a nation peeled and trodden down on their feet. Everybody did whatever they wanted to do with that nation. But the good news is, Israel will return anyway. Con? Will return anyway. So, as we can see here, the consequences of such doctrines. Now, there are many Christian doctrines that destroy our minds, starting from white Jesus and going down the line. But this one, I think, is the worst because it conditions us to be their slave forever. So today, many black Christians accepted a servant identity. You don't believe me? I used to be in a church. Wait till the white pastor show up, how much respect he got. And meanwhile, they're cursing the black pastor all day long. When the white men show in the church, you see how they behave. They're in line. I remember even at my job, when the manager knows the big boss is coming, that poor lady can't even wear heel for crying out loud. She was on heel all day. And when the man was gone, she's like, oh my God, I can't take my knees. My knees. The way we behave, from the cashier to how they greet white people, and the contrast between how they greet you and barely like, what's up? When they see a white baby, oh my God, look at so cute. When they see a black baby, look at that big head. The way we interact with each other shows that we have something's wrong with our mind. Let's put it that way. But it's not by mistake. We were trained to be that way. How can it be so easy for us to go on the media and say, I shoot niggers, but it's not easy to go say, I shoot white people? You can't do it, can you? How is it so easy to shoot each other, but it's not easy to shoot a white person? A lot of times they do whatever they want. We're gonna say stop it. We might fight them, but not to death. We ain't gonna pull a weapon. We're gonna hesitate. Because we were taught to fear the massa. We learned to act like good slaves, even after freedom. We grew comfortable with low status, forced silence, and broken dignity. Yes, with low status. Why do you think our people, whenever they got some money, they go wild? It's like they finally break free. And now they act like a dog that was in chain. They run around with that money. It shows that we didn't hope to have all that money now that we have it. You see, when white people have money, you won't even know. There might be your neighbor and they're driving on a damn 2004 Honda Corolla. You won't even know. Only their white bodies will know they're rich when they're going white supremacy gatherings. Right? But us, because we didn't hope to have all that money, when we had it, we're so excited. It shows there's a mental barrier. It shows that we've been conditioned to stay in low status. We don't know what power is. We're not hoping to ever have power. And once we do, we go wild. It's a mental damage. We see ourselves as less than because we were told God made us that way. We were conditioned to think, hey, look at Jesus. He's white, man. And I was taught I'm going to be servant for every nation, servant of servants. That's what the church is teaching you. And if, ladies and gentlemen, this doesn't tell you that Christianity is a tool of white supremacy, I don't know what doctrine will tell you. In the Christian church, they're teaching you black people are conditioned to be slaves because God made it that way forever. I know a lot of you love the church, but remember, when the church came off the slave ships, it was the pastors telling you, if you obey white people, you'll go to heaven. It has always been the white man's best tool in their kits. Because they always say, if we get their mind, their body will follow. That's all we need to do. Teach them what we need to teach them. And they will follow like good servants. And today you think the way we behave is by mistake? No, it's not by mistake. We've been conditioned to behave. Have you read the Willie Lynch letter? It says even after we free them, even after 1,000 years, they'll still behave the way we want them to. Because we'll do a number on them. Okay? It's not by mistake, but it's by design. Now, I don't know if you can pull the book Ham for me in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. If someone have it, I think we had it here. But you can pull it online if you don't have it, the physical copy. Let's see if we are Hamites even. Are we even Hamites? Are we even Canaanites? Let's see what they have to say, not what we have, their own scholars have to say. If you can pull it for me, the definition of Ham on Google from the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. It's okay. You should pull it. You got it? No, Pash, you can read it if you find it. Let's read in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. If we are, you so-called black people in America, are you even Ham? Are you even Hamites? Read.
On the Zondervan Bible Compact Bible Dictionary.
Go ahead.
The youngest son of Noah.
The youngest son of Noah. Read on.
Born probably about 96 years before the flood.
Uh-huh.
And one of the 8 persons to live through the flood.
Go ahead.
He became the progenitor.
He became the what?
He became the progenitor.
The father, read on.
Of the dark races.
Of the dark races, read on.
Not the Negroes.
Not who?
Not the Negroes.
Not who?
Not the Negroes.
Not who?
Not the Negroes.
Not the Negroes.
But
he become the father of the dark races, but not you Negroes. Ham is not your father. You are not the same as the Hamitic race, as the so-called Africans today. When we say Africans, we're referring to Hamitic people. Okay? We are not the same people, and this is why they sold you to slavery. Because you were not the same as them. You've never been the same. How come they still haven't, help you here in America? They're not helping you. They don't even dream out. The only reason now they want you back because they realize they made a mistake when they sold you. Now Ghana is saying, we're sorry, can you come back? Because they realized they sold us and Africa died the day they sold us. And America prospered. Because wherever God's people go, so is the blessing. You understand? Joseph went to Egypt, Egypt prospered. We went to Babylon, Babylon prospered. We went to Greece, Greece prospered. We went to Rome, Rome prospered. We left Rome, Rome died. We left Babylon, Babylon died. We left Persia, Persia died. We left Africa, Africa died. So now they're saying, sorry, can you come back? Nope. We go on to Zion straight. We don't need to go back to Ghana.
Come.
You're not going to sell us twice. If I live here, I'm going back to Zion. That's where I'm going. I'm not going back to no Ghana.
Straight up.
I'm not saying no Igbo don't go. I'm not against you. You can always go. But me, I will not go back to the land of those people that sell me. I'm just waiting for the Lord to burn this one down so I can go home.
God.
You understand? They just realized we made America rich, now they want us. It's like the lady that left the guy because he was broke. Now that he's prospering, can you please come back? No, he ain't coming back. Okay, too late. Okay, finish reading. So Ham was not the father of the Negroes. Read on.
Right. It says he became the progenitor of the dark races.
Read on.
Not the Negroes.
Not the Negroes. Read on.
But the Egyptians.
The Egyptians.
Ethiopians.
The Ethiopians.
And the Libyans.
The Libyans.
And the Canaanites.
The Canaanites. 4 people.
So as we read it in the Hebrew, is Mizraim, Cush, Puth, and Canaan. And Canaan.
Now, my brother, get me the book of Acts 13, verse 1. So we are not even Hamites. You see? You see the propaganda? You see why they didn't want us to read and write in slavery? Now they're so mad. Damn, Hebrews can read now. We got to do something. Yes, we can.
Acts 13, verse 4.
Read on.
So,
Verse 1.
Acts 13, verse 1.
Read on.
Now, there were in the church that was Antioch,
In Antioch. Read on.
son prophets and teachers, and is Barnabas and Simeon that was called Niger.
They're called Niger, right? They're called Niger, right? They were called Niger. And the word Niger in the Bible dictionary, it means what? It means black. And it's not a coincidence. There's a land called Niger in Africa. And it's part of the historical Negro land. If you go in the old African map, you'll see a bunch of lands that were called Negro land. Inside of Negro land, you'll find the kingdom of Judah. Yes, you Google it. Put the kingdom of Judah, Negro land. You'll see it. They know. Because when we left Jerusalem, we go ahead on West Africa. We build big stuff. We build empires. That's the history that didn't want you to know. When they capture you, bring you over here. That's what they didn't want you to know, that there was a kingdom of Judah in Africa. Negro land. If you can pull it up, you have it up. If you can put it on the screen for them. Okay, right? So this is called Negro land, right? And inside of Negro land, we had a land called Niger. But is it by coincidence the prophets were also, Israelite prophets were also called Niger? No. Because the truth is, the true Israelites were also dark-skinned. Get me Lamentation 5 and 10. Lamentation 5 and 10. But you know, I was doing research on the DNA E1B1A. And I asked ChatGPT if it's connected. ChatGPT said yes, it's connected to ancient leaven. I don't know what happened to ChatGPT, what got into it. Then I started asking more questions. It's like, oh no, actually the true DNA of the people of Leaven is A1B1B. I'm like, wait, you just told me earlier it was E1B1A. What's going on with this? So I was wrong according to research. They did research that connected to E1B1E, E1B1B or something like that. And they said the DNA of the Igbos or E1B1A, he has nothing to do with the Jews of the Leaven. So I'm like, did they compare that DNA with Jewish or ancient Israelites? It's like, yeah, they compared with Jewish. I'm like, that makes sense now. I'm like, you know, I tell Jaji, you know the Jewish are not the Israelites. And the Israelites were black. It's like, yeah, I know the Israelites, the Bible said they were black skinned and compared them to Egypt. Start giving me detail.
I actually, if I can add something, I use ChatGPT and I type, and I think my wife was there at the time. I showed her. I typed the Israelites are black. The thing literally said like, it give me that error. We have an error. You're not authorized to ask this type of question. I'm like, hold up.
Yeah,
it's crazy. The level
the
of
Jewish
censorship.
hijacked ChatGPT. Yeah, it literally start switching language on me. I'm like, not today, ChatGPT. Right? So read that, Lamentation 5 verse 10. But again, they're controlling it. ChatGPT was freer, and now it's getting tighter. Now it talks too much. But guess what? We don't need ChatGPT. We got the Bible. So if we have the Bible, ChatGPT is just supplemental. It's not really fact to us. We know the Bible. We don't really need ChatGPT. Go ahead.
Lamentation chapter 5 verse 10.
Go ahead.
Our skin was black like an oven.
Our skin was what color?
Was black like an oven.
Our skin was black like an oven. Read on.
Because of the terrible famine.
You know in the Creole Bible what they put? They say we had fever in that verse. Our skin was hot. We had fever because we were hungry. And I've never known black people to have fever because they got hungry. They changed things up. The truth they've been hiding for centuries. They just didn't want you to know who you are as a people, that you are God's chosen people. We had Lamentation 5 and 10. So as you can see, Israelites, we are the Israelites of the Bible. We are not Canaanites. We are not cursed slaves. We are not born to be at the bottom. We are Israelites according to the Bible. We are the chosen people, a special nation unto the Most High. And until we wake up to know the truth, we will never be set free. Now, be mindful. The Israelites were also always mistaken for Canaanites or Hamitic people. Get me the book of Exodus 2, verse 19. We'll show you a couple of instances. We were mistaken for Hamitic people. Right?
Exodus chapter 2, verse 19.
Go ahead.
And they said, an Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and also drew water enough for us and watered the flock.
So Moses, when he saved the daughters of Jethro, the ladies went home and say, an Egyptian saved us. So you see, now let's think about it. The Egyptians are as black as it can get. I know white people still debating, but it's a lost battle. It's a lost cause. You cannot prove me Egyptians were white. I don't know why. I don't care what you said. I don't care how much noses of this spank you break. I don't care how you go to Egypt and try to scrape those writings. They're black. Okay? They're black. You cannot convince the world that they were not black. Everybody know it by now. If you're still lying, I don't know what else to do. Because I know Esau, even if they catch him red-handed, he's still going to put the lies out. That's Esau. And how long we've been preaching Christ was a black man? Every year they still come with white Jesus. I'm like, yo, you're not going to quit, will ya? You know, but that's what Obadiah say about Esau. He's like the kind of thief that steal. Even if there's nothing to steal, he's still looking for something to steal it. Because he's not going to quit. You know? So Esau don't know how to give up on stealing people's identity. But the Egyptians were black. We all know that. And we have many French authors that said, listen, they were black. We can have a whole lesson about that. Right? So now when we see Moses was compared to Egyptian, and guess what? This is why they could not delete the Israelite history without deleting Egypt history. Because when they look at the Bible, many times, our people were mistaken for Egyptians. They're like, if we make Jesus white and leave Egypt intact, we got a problem. They'll figure us out. Esau was willing to go all out to lie. So they go in Egypt, they messed up images, break strengths, destroy portraits, destroy Egypt, just because they want to steal our identity. You see? And then guess what they did to the Egyptians? The Sudanese, the real Egyptians. They pushed them out of Egypt. And they put a mixed breed and say, those are your Egyptians now. Unbelievable. So now, as the scripture is saying, Moses was compared to an Egyptian. Now think about a white man, a white Jewish go to Sudan right now. We're not going to say Egypt because those are a bunch of phonies. Think about a white man go to Egypt and we unable to recognize them Sudanese. They're black as dirt itself. It's like the original dirt God made men with. That's how dark they are. They have the real melanin, 100%. We had probably, America, we probably had 85%. The Sudanese got 100% melanin, man. Oh, they're blending with darkness itself. One of them show up in America and the person say, you black. He's like, I know I'm black. He's like, no, you black. Now think about Moses blending with the Egyptians. You understand? A white man today, Jewish men go to Sudan and try to blend with Egyptians and with those original Egyptians. Right? We clearly see you're not Egyptian. Okay? It's obvious. You don't have to hide. Just like there's a picture I see on Facebook, white Jesus in the middle of fleeing to Egypt. We see a little white baby in the middle of a bunch of black babies. Clearly, you know, we see you. You had something?
A lot of people don't know part of modern-day Sudan was actually part of Egypt. And in fact, some of the pharaohs, they actually came from that specific region, and they were really, really, really black and tall, like exceedingly tall and very, very black. So when you see, for example, someone many times throughout the Bible, including the case of Moses and the case of Paul, they were called Egyptians. It was not a coincidence. They kept looking at them and thinking they're Egyptians, they're Egyptians. It's because they matched the description of Egyptians at the time.
That's right. So get me Acts 21:38 as he's talking about Paul. The book of Acts 21:38. Right? So let's continue to see. Yes, not because we are all black, we are all Canaanites. But oftentimes they're mistaking us for Hamites.
Acts chapter 21, verse 38.
Go ahead.
Hath not that Egyptian, which before these days made us in uproar, and led us out into the wilderness, 4,000 men that were murderers.
So the chief was talking to Paul. He's like, aren't you that Egyptian that led a rebellion? And what did Paul answer? What did Paul answer? Read on.
Verse 38. But Paul said, I am a man which I am a Jew.
I'm what?
I'm a Jew.
I'm what?
I'm a Jew.
He said, I'm a Jew, man. I look like them Africans, but don't confuse it. I am a Jew. All right, read on.
Of Tarsus.
Of Tarsus. That's where I came from. So clearly here. So as we can see also, Joseph. Get me Genesis 42:8.
Genesis chapter 42, verse 8. And Joseph knew his brethren, but they knew not him.
So Joseph knew his brethren, but they didn't know Joseph. Joseph was in the middle of Egypt. Again, if he was looking like them Jewish today, clearly, listen, man. Yeah, we see you. You can't hide, like you clearly white in the middle of all these doctrine people. And we're not gonna know you, Joseph. You can run, but you can't hide, man. Listen, it's obvious. Right? Get me that verse where it says, aren't you like the children of Ethiopia unto me, or children of Israel? I like that verse. Is that in Amos?
Amos chapter 9, verse 7. Are ye not as children of the Ethiopian unto me? O children of Israel, said the Most High.
Oh, who?
O children of Israel, said the Most High.
Now, I want you to do that experiment. When you see a Jewish, tell the Jewish, aren't you like Ethiopians? To see if he'll be happy about that. In fact, the word they use for racism in Israel is Cushi. Cushi is the direct descendants of Ethiopians. It means nigger. So you tell a Jewish he's Cushi, to see what happens to you. You're going to end up like Whitney Houston.
I'll kill you.
All right? So you have to realize they are not the original people, as God is comparing his people to Ethiopians, showing a deep resemblance between them. And this is why Mashiach told us, flee to the mountains when the time came. We couldn't go to Europe among the Arabs. We had to go among people that look like us and blend. And this is why we were able to hide for so many years among them. Until they pointed us out. Ghana. Traders. Until they decide to sell us to the white men. And they say, you know, those people are not us. And they rat us out. But we were living peacefully. Okay? So that being said, as we can see here, although we look like these people, get me Exodus 11 verse 7. What does the Most High say regarding that? So, although we look like them, Israel, we were not Egyptians, we were not Canaanites.
Exodus chapter 11, verse 7.
Read on.
But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against men or beasts.
Against men or beasts, read on.
That ye may know how that the Most High doeth pull a differences between the Egyptian and Israel.
And the difference between what?
The Egyptian and Israel.
Yeah, the Most High here, man. The Most High put a difference between Canaanites and Israel, man. Although we look black, we look the same, but there's a difference. Let me show you the difference. Get me Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Right? Let me show you the difference. The most I say, I do put a difference between Israel and Egypt. Just like not all white people are the same race, not all white people, not all black people are the same people too. So no, it wasn't Africans selling Africans, like white people like to say, or you guys sell yourself. No, it was Hamites selling Shemites. It was Africans selling Israelites. We have to put the difference because the Most High put the difference. With
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
Read.
For thou art an holy people unto the Most High thy power.
Thou art what?
For thou art an holy people unto the Most High thy power. The Most High thy power had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
That's right. The Most High choose us to be what? Below or above?
Above all people
that are upon the face of the earth, man. So we not regular black people. We a special gem unto the Most High. A special seed unto the Most High. The greatest people ever walked this earth. The direct lineage and DNA of Adam itself. We carry that. And you think I'm lying? There was a DNA test done. They found Adam's DNA in the African American Judah. We carry the direct God lineage. God. That's why we're special. We're not just special because God just chose us. It's because we're special because we're the only one that preserved the DNA of Adam. And this is why the Most High said, do not mix yourself with other nations. Yeah. When the Bible says we are chosen generation, you got to realize the word generation means gene. We're chosen gene. We're a special gene. We carry something that nobody have, that everybody wants, but they can't have. We are special. Every nation knows we're special. Every nation is envious of our women. They're envious of us. They're envious of our skin. Long time ago, and I watched soccer a lot. They did not want to put much black people in those white teams. And then the white teams start losing. And then now all of them are black. It's like when they win, it's like Africa win. Because they know without us nothing works. What you got?
Right, so in regards to what you say concerning the DNA, this guy, his name was Albert Perry. Albert Perry was an African-American man whose Y chromosome DNA was analyzed through his descendants revealed the discovery of haplogroup A00. So normally they thought, all right, haplogroup A, which is the oldest DNA they find, they thought, all right, that must have been the DNA of quote-unquote Adam. But they find out this guy's DNA went even further than that. So they had to reclassify it as A00. It says an extremely ancient lineage dating back to 100,000 years. Obviously, they're going to put their years on it, but it says the discovery made through genealogical testing by family tree DNA was significant because it was older than the established Y chromosome Adam. Rewriting the timelines of human male ancestry, his lineage was later found to be connected to the Imbo people of Cameroon.
You see that?
And last to add to it, it says the discovery came from the Y chromosome DNA of Albert Perry's descendant. Albert Perry was an African-American man born in slavery in South Carolina. Meaning when you look at his DNA, it is the closest to Adam because there's no other one that can match it.
That's right.
And again, that was not found from them, from those people that's pretending to be you, but it's you. And consistently among our people, our DNA it goes back all the way to Adam.
That's right. That's why we're his chosen generation. Now, that being said, Israel, why would they lie concerning who we are and trying to put us as Canaanites? Get me the book of Psalms 83, verse 2 and 5. There's a deep agenda. There's something devious about what Esau do. Mischievous.
Psalm chapter
83, verse 2.
Psalm 82, verse 2.
83, verse 2.
So like Psalm 83, verse 2.
Bring it out.
For lo, thy enemies make a turmoil, and they that hate they have lifted up the head.
Read on.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
You see what I told you? It's crafty counsels. Who knows what crafty means?
Secretly.
Secret, what else? Deceptive, diabolical, evil, intricate. Listen, the kind of things these people do to us, man, like, it's mind-bending. It's mind-boggling. Because how do you think of so much evil to do to a people? What is it? Oh, yeah, I ain't even going on that. Right? So how do you come up with this plan to keep a people down for so long? Right? They have crafty plans. What did they say?
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Against the hidden one, the one the Most High is protecting. Read on.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
So we will say anything, we'll do anything to cut them off from being a nation. We are not a nation right now. A lot of you say you are American. No, you're not American. On the application, it says African American. But are you really African? I don't know. After you've been here for so long. So you're in limbo. You're not a nation. Okay, where's black land at? You're black. Right? Where's that at? You're not a nation. You are cut off. And right now, in every competition, we carry the flag of white people talking about I'm French, I'm English, I'm this and that, but I got the white man flag with me. And in history, when we win the competition, you think in 100 years they'll show a bunch of black people? No. They'll erase you from history and show a bunch of white people like they do in the army. In the army, a bunch of Jamaican, Haitian, and African American fighting on the front line. But in the movies, it's a white strong man. You've never seen a strong black man, kicking behind in the movies. The superhero is a white man. When is the white man in the front line? You don't see them. They're commanders. They sit somewhere and tell people what to do. We ain't getting no glory for this. Okay, read on.
Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let us cut them off from being a nation. Read on.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
This is the key here, that nobody remember Israel. The true Jews, the true Israelites. This is why you don't remember. This is why you didn't know. And this is why my brothers and sisters in Christianity don't know. Because there was plans. You being unable to read and write in slavery is not by mistake. They knew what they were hiding from you. They didn't want you to ask questions. Just swallow the red pill and follow. That was the whole point. Okay, read on.
Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
They're confederate. And this is not over, Israel. It's not over. That war is not over. From slavery, they passed from you being unable to read. And the next was drugs. No, it was what we call the laws. What they call the laws? They put against black businesses. Jim Crow laws. Then when that faded, they say, that faded. We can't keep them on oppression. Because before Jim Crow laws, you know what was happening in America? Many people started educating young boys. We started educating ourselves again. And they see, because opportunities coming in the community, they're like, we're going to have to cut the opportunity so they don't educate themselves. Everything was about education. Right? Right. So then, when Jim Crow law was over, they say, what's the next crafty plan to keep them down? They go ahead. What they start doing is what we call, the next move they made on us was segregation. Well, desegregation. Where they say we all can come together. We were doing well. They're like, we overcome Jim Crow laws. We were doing well. They're like, we had Black Wall Street, and then they're like, we can't let that happen. So let's bring them back in. And when they bring us back in, we couldn't compete with their money. So all our business are abandoned. Then next, we start rising again. Then they come with the next thing, drugs. They put drugs in our community. All that to keep us down. Then when drugs faded, they come with hip-hop. We were high on hip-hop, gang banging. Talking about we shooting each other. What kind of nation allow music to be playing, violent music, to be playing on radio? But just to get you. But now music is over. Now for the first time, they said in 2025, hip-hop don't make it on the top of the music in this country. For the first time in 25 years. That means hip-hop is dead. It's the gay agenda now. Gay agenda, abortion, all kind of nonsense. Right? But guess what? We will overcome everything they throw at us. Because we fight with men and God will always overcome. That's why the name Jacob was changed to Israel. They don't know who he is. They don't know. We can overcome everything Esau throw at us. You understand? We will overcome everything. And they're surprised how we're rising as a people. But they're planning. It's not over. The war is not over. Esau will not go down without a fight. But we have to break the mental chains, just such as this doctrine. Get me the book of Jeremiah 50, verse 33. Because what you need to understand, doctrine like this was designed to keep us enslaved. Was designed to keep us moving the way we were moving. Because, you know, there's the thing the white men fear the most is knowledgeable black men and black women. They don't fear you with a gun. They fear you with knowledge. That's why the Bible says my people is dying for what?
A lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge. This is where they want to keep you. Okay, read on.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33.
Read on.
Thus said the Most High of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. And all that took them captive held them fast. They refused to let them go.
That's right. The children of Israel and that of Judah, we're talking about what we call so-called blacks and natives. The natives, they do the same things to them. Right? If you go in the reservation, they took their history. Right now, even natives you know now are white people. They've called them $5, 5 cents or $5 natives. Right? Because they pay to become natives. They're not the real natives. They even take the natives' identity. When they're talking about native warriors, you see white people running around. The real natives were black. They were black too, yeah. According to James Adder, right? James Adder, you can look it up, it's a book. He described the whole life of the natives. Their color was black. They spoke Hebrew. They say Yehovah. James Adder, right? And I think his book called The Lost Tribe or something like that. You can look it. He lived 40 years among the natives. He told everything that how natives keep new moon, how the natives had special houses for their wives when they had their cycle. They keep Passover. They keep all the feasts. But how would you know that about the natives' history? They erased that too. And this is why the Bible says Judah and Israel was oppressed together. Why is it us and the natives and the so-called Hispanics always being oppressed? Why not Ukrainians, Italians? Why us? We being targeted? Do you know why people on purpose don't want to give Mexicans papers so they could work low jobs? Even like where you Jamaicans and Haitians, we would submit papers to get citizen, they would give us quick. Them no. They want to keep them without papers so they can work low jobs. So they can do their constructions. You understand? Because if they got money, you know, one thing we know about them though, we are destroyed to the finest level than them, than the so-called Hispanic. Because them, when they got some money, they start building stores. Yeah. They go back to Mexico, they make it great. But us, we still, even though we free, we are at another level of destruction. Right? They destroy their own way. We destroy our own way. Because us, even when we have money, every man for his own. But them, they got money. They're going to build that store, boy. They stick together. You're going to see 10 Pablos live in one house. You say Pablo, everybody say C. You understand? Everybody live together. One Pablo, all of them. Escobar, they're all up in there. Hernandez, their all last name is Hernandez. I'm just messing with Northern Kingdom. But listen. So they learn to live together, and when they got that money from white people, they rebuild themselves. They know at least that. But even them, they're destroyed too. A lot of them still don't like black people, though. Because they are destroyed. Just like a lot of black people don't like black people. Haitians against African American, Dominicans hate Haitians. We were taught hatred between us. We are destroying so many levels. But the truth is, the Most High said, the people that oppress both Judah, natives and so-called Hispanics, they refuse to let us go. They're not going to let us go. Their feet is on our throat. They will not let us go. And this is why they teach us doctrines like we were made to be slaves. Right? So the consequences of these doctrines today, it's what Proverbs 23 said. As a man think in his heart so easy. The doctrine that teaches us we were supposed to be servants forever. And listen, I'm not telling you what people are telling me. I'm telling you what I heard in the church. Let's say we are from Canaan. And we were born to be slaves. Okay? So this kind of doctrine, they give us a servant mind. We always want to work instead of build. This is a servant mind. Every nation is trying to actually have business. But we are the ones that are always looking for work. It's a servant mindset. We hesitate to make our own business. We want to work for white people. Even though we got talent, and only white people, when they see our talent, can seem to take us from zero to boom. But when it comes to our own talent, it seems like we hesitate to do what we need to do. Without a white man, Mike Tyson wouldn't even be known, although he was full of talent. It shows, man, without them, it seems like we're handicapped because we have a servant mindset. We had something? Give him the mic.
Like you just say, because I had somebody I was talking to on the island, and he was making more money than somebody in here, but he still wanted to come here. I say, if you come here, you're going back. You're going backward. You're gonna regress instead of progress.
Unfortunately, that's the servant mindset. Yeah. We've had our people from Chile. You heard about Haitians walking to the border, Mexico border. Some of our people were in Chile. They had houses with S, cars, companies. They sell everything just to walk to the border and lose everything. Some of them died in Norway, crossing rivers and oceans and snakes, ravines, and all kind of nonsense, losing everything just to come to the land to the promised land. Not the promised land. Right? Then to realize a lot of them got deported and sent back to Haiti, back to where they started. This is a poison mind. I've had many stories. People coming from Brazil, they said, man, I had so much things. Why did I come to this place? This is a servant mind because without white people, we don't see life. We don't see life. We think this is it. This is the place we got to live. And a lot of you don't even imagine your life outside of America. And this is what happened to us when we left Egypt. We were complaining we were better in Egypt. A lot of you, the minute we leave this place, a lot of you will miss AC. But the Most High say a broken house is better to live at your enemy's house. If you have your own home, it's better to live at your enemy's place. To be comfortable under oppression, under insult. It's better. But our people don't know that because our mind have been programmed to need the white man. It's not your fault. Now, I'm not blaming you. It was done to you. It was implanted in your mind. Right? The next thing it does to us, it defeated spirit. You see why our young black men are running in the streets? Wild, and our young women are, it's a defeated spirit. We see no way out. Now, what's the point of living? I just give my body up, man. Like, what's the point? I'm never getting out of this situation. It's a defeated spirit. And when people are working defeated, they'll do anything. It's like, just like black people come with terms like YOLO, you only live once, man. I'm not getting out of this. I'll just live my life.
It's one life to live.
It's a defeated spirit. Imagine you were taught you're a servant for life. Imagine yourself, you're in prison for life. What's the point? I can kill anyone in there, like, do whatever. I'm in here for life, though. This is a defeated spirit. We cannot accept those kind of doctrines in our mind. It's destructive. The next thing, it's a limited vision. A lot of us, we're very limited in our mind. Right? When we thought we are servants, we only see white people can help us out of this. And Haiti is the same thing. Even our politicians are limited in vision. Even them, when something happen in Haiti, they're like, what does United States say about this? You in a free country. What you mean? What does the white man say? You see that? In Haiti, we're talking about whenever there's a problem, they kill the president, and everybody's asking, what will USA do? Are you independent or are you not? We are very limited in our thinking because guess what? We were taught we were servants. Not your fault. That's what they taught you. We have a generation that thinks small in business. Look at our stores in the corner. It's been there for 20 years. It's not going nowhere. In fact, our people, the minute we can eat, that's all we need. The minute we have a little business, we don't think about expanding and hire other black people. The corner store gonna stay here for 20 years until they die. As long as I'm eating, my mortgage is being paid, I don't need to progress. That's all I need. We're very limited because that's a slave mindset. Meanwhile, Esau, the little business start here, then it becomes Walmart, it becomes Amazon, it's grown. I know a Haitian store. It's older than me. I've been here. My father told me about not my great-grandfather, but it's been there. But it's still small. And there's little stores, Hispanic stores that was here. Now they become Bravo, they become big stores. Where's our stores? It's not your fault. We were taught those things. And they're regressing. And they're dirty. Yeah, that's right. You see, but we have that small mindset because of this doctrine. Another thing, we are people who don't rise. We're not rising. We're not going anywhere. We in the same situation. The next one, we are people who don't fight anymore. We don't fight. We give up. We've been give up. Because it's like you've been hitting your head against the wall, but you're not breaking through. So you end up giving up. No more community, no more coming together. As you can see, we are defeated people. Even the way we live in the neighborhood, we throw trash out. We're like, I don't care, bro. You see what I'm saying? It's a defeated mindset when you don't even want your neighborhood to be clean. Like, it's a shame, but it's a defeated mindset. It's like, why should I clean this? It's not like this is going to change. I've even heard it from Haitian. When they do something bad, you say, why you do this? It's like, I'm not going to change the country. I'm going to give my body whoever I want to. It's not like I'm going to change the country.
It's got to start from you first.
They would say things like that because it's a defeated mindset. Because they feel like the country will never change. Why not do whatever I want to do? It's not like I can contribute to make it better. No, but it's a defeated mindset. And it runs down from politician down. Like, even the politician don't go in there to change the country. It's like, I can change this country. I'm going to go in there and make money.
Yeah, I'm going to make my money out.
I'm going to make my money. Like, it can't change. I can't change Haiti. I can't change Jamaica. So I'm just going to go and, fill my pocket and go live in England when I'm old and retire. It's a defeated mindset because we were taught, hey, you're a servant, stay a servant. Next, we were taught to accept abuse, whatever they do to us. The Chinese come to our land, they steal our gold. We take it with a smile. We are people that feel unworthy of greatness, right? We are people who fear success because they were told success don't belong to us. We fear success. You understand? Because if you tell a black person, hey, I got this business, we can make it. we can make something out of it. They're so negative, they'll tell you, bro, it's not gonna work. It's like, you can tell them the best idea that it's not gonna work. If you don't take initiative to do your own thing, good luck telling another black person about a good initiative. Right there, then and there, they'll put all kind of obstacle for you not to do it. You think you come in there, you're so excited telling your neighbor about your plan. Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah. They'll talk to you and you'll give up after that.
And not only that,
you'll come out as defeated as they are.
Not only one thing, only one thing they usually do. Like if you start a business with them, and they stop making money, and they keep getting that. Since if they are in charge, like usually they start having that money, and they say, "Oh, the business is not working. We lost money." So everything has come to them, and then they said, the next thing you know, everything broke down. And once they got what they have, you don't have anything.
They don't have a vision. It's a limited. I've once heard a Haitian man said, "Listen, I just need $40,000 and go retire and go smoke weed and be with women in Haiti. That's all I need. 40,000. I'm like, $40,000. That's all you need to retire. Bro, you cheap. You cheaper than Joseph that sold for 20 shekels. I'm like, bro, $40,000. You know, listen, our mindset got a limit, Israel. We have a limit. You believe it or not. A lot of us, if we start making 300,000 a year, we're not coming back to congregation. We ain't gonna be here no more. We ain't gonna be in the truth no more. Because a lot of our minds have limits. You understand? $1 million, guess what? Man, we good.
I'm out.
We ain't talking to no brother.
Yeah. Man, I don't know about them brothers.
We were taught a poor mindset. And thus, that taught us we were servants, and it passed down to generations, man. Right? So as we can see, this lie colonized our imagination. It zombified us spiritually. It made us think we are servants. So we live like servants. It made us think we are cursed, so we walk like a cursed people. This was not just a lie, it was a mental assassination. In conclusion, get me the book of Jeremiah 2:14 and Deuteronomy 7:6. We will conclude with this. The book of Jeremiah 2:14.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 14.
Go ahead.
Is Israel a servant?
Is Israel a servant? Answer me this, sisters and brothers and sisters. Is Israel a servant? We're not servants. Okay? In fact, the book of Leviticus 24 tells us Israel belongs only to the Most High. We're not supposed to serve the nations. Right? But is Israel a servant? Read on.
Is he a homeborn slave?
Are we a homeborn slave? We're supposed to be hooked and slavery for life? No. We are the sons and daughters of the living God, man. We're not supposed to be a homeborn slaves and rely on America and wait for America to save us. No. And we must rise as a nation. Read on.
Why is he spoiled?
Why is he spoiled? Why are we rotten? Why are we trained to be like dogs? That was once in a chain, but now we are loose, but we don't know where to go and what to do. Why are we spoiled if we're not a homeborn slave? Right? But the truth is we become a homeborn slave because we were indoctrinated to be that. Get me Deuteronomy 7 verse 6. But to show you today you're not a homeborn slave, it's time for us to think and remember who we are. It's time to rise from the crumbs of America. It's time to do better. It's time to rise in dignity and honor. It's time to crack the chin. Read on.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Most High thy power. The Most High thy power had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Read on.
Above all people.
Above what?
Above all people.
Above all people. Read on.
That are upon the first of the earth.
Give the Most High hand, Israel. You're not a homeborn slave. The Most High put you above, not equal, not below. You need to know that. This is the truth they've been hiding from you. That's why you can't be free. You're trying to please Esau, but you're above Esau. Okay? You're not below nobody. You're not equal to nobody. You're a special species upon this earth, man. You're special. The Most High is telling you, you better believe it. They know it too. Everybody know it. They know. Okay? They see your strength. They see your intelligence. But what they've been doing is hiding your intelligence and portray all your evil on TV. Now you think you're evil. You think you're gangsters. You think you as they say, bad women and all that. No, you're not. The truth is, as there's an author that said, the only thing America invented is the patent office. Because you've been knowing inventing everything in this place. With your brilliant mind. You've been the one doing all that. But guess what? That's not shown on media, though. They painted a bad picture for you. But now. We know the truth. We know we're intelligent. We know we're the strongest. We know we're the most beautiful. The most handsome. They all envy you. Right? But it's time for you to rise. So you are chosen, not cursed. Royal, not rejected. Powerful, not powerless. Your ancestors cried out for truth. Your children deserve to know the truth. You deserve to know the truth. It's time to break the chain, to break the cycle, break the lie. Break the doctrine, break Christianity. It's time to break the limits in your mind. You can do it, and we can do all things through Mashiach that strengthen us. Your awakening starts now. It's time to rise, Israel. Rise in truth. Rise in identity. Rise in power. Rise in dignity. Rise out of the poison mind. Because what you think in your heart, this is who you are. In the name of Hamashiach Yahushai, Hallelujah. I'm Madim, La Parim Yerushalayim, let's stand.